One time I had to get to Brunswick, New Jersey. I had an 8 a.m. appointment to drop off some goods. I don't remember what it was, but I was leaving from Montreal, and I was in a International Eagle at the time, and they were quite thirsty. So I trudging away. I was still very new. I was only working for the company for about 6 months, and I'm going down, and I figure, well, maybe I should fill up because those fuel gauges are not really accurate at all. So I had about a quarter tank, and I knew there was the Wilton Travel Plaza on exit 16 on I-87 in New York. Now, it's still in New York, but I-87 turns into the New York-New Jersey Turnpike at a certain point, and you get another exit 15. So I kind of made a mistake and got off at exit 15 on the New Jersey Turnpike, or the Turnpike. And after that, I went on one side. I didn't see a truck stop, and I kind of got myself turned around and went to the other side, and there was no truck stop, nor there was a place to turn around. So I'm going all along this country road somewhere in the border of New Jersey and New York, going all the way down, trying to find a place to turn around to get back to the interstate. Going down 5-7 miles, and I keep seeing this sign that does say low clearance 11.1, which is 11 feet 1 inches. My truck was 13 feet, so I knew that I wasn't gonna make it. But in New York, it's different because they measure by the axle, not the actual tire, not the actual height of the truck. So I thought, maybe it's one of those, and I'm starting to get nervous. I'm starting to sweat. Don't know what's going on, and I see that in my GPS that there was a U.S. highway right coming right up, but so is the bridge. I go around this one bend, and I'm going relatively slowly so I can make an emergency stop if I have to. And lo and behold, there's that low clearance. And I stopped. I saw it coming. I mean, it wasn't like I slammed on my brakes or anything like that. I saw it coming, and I was able to stop at the side of the road, and I just freaked right out. I mean, I kind of expected it because I did see the low clearances. I didn't want to go through it, of course, because I was eye to eye with the actual bridge. So I did what everybody does at the beginning. I flipped out. I called my safety department first to see, what do I do? It didn't even dawn on me to call 911 because there was no emergency. No one was injured or dead. I didn't hit anybody. I was just stuck. I couldn't back up, and I couldn't turn around. So what do I do? Then for what felt like, a couple of hours, was actually about 5 minutes, this lady in a convertible, really hot blonde, kind of yelled out and she said, "You can't go under that bridge." I said, "No, I know that." Well, it was more like, "I know that." Oh boy. And I had a really wide-eyed, freaky look. And she says, I work for the police department. I'll get a couple of troopers here to help you out. And lo and behold, about 10 minutes later, a couple of troopers came by, and they blocked off both sides of the underpass. And of course, the first thing they said was, "Did you try to go under that bridge?" I said, "No." I mean, I couldn't. Let's face it. The bridge was literally eye to eye. Like, I could, at eye level. If I would have tried to go under it, I would have smashed my truck. Not just the cab. And of course, I saw some possible gas pipes that were on the bridge. So I didn't even try it. So they got out of the car. They blocked off the both sides, and I had to do a 3-point turnaround. I had to back up into this cul-de-sac, and I was in the middle of this small town, and it was a 3-way intersection. So I had to back into this cul-de-sac. They had to get a couple of people out of their houses to move their cars, and people had to back up. And I had a telephone / electric pole on one side of me, and at the tip of the T intersection, there was a fire hydrant, which I had to negotiate, not hitting, and I had to kind of go over a couple of people's lawns, well, actually one person's lawn. But I got through it. I mean, I backed up, and then I had to kind of go forward, back up to maneuver to get enough room so I can make a right turn around this other pole that was on the other side of the T intersection so I can get back and go back to the interstate. And it was like the cops were, I mean, they were cool about it. They didn't like sit there and yell at me like I heard other drivers did. They just kind of dealt with the situation. They got me out of there. I touched the pole a little bit, not much, like not enough obviously to let it go. That's the only time the cop kind of got really upset. So, but I got through it without hitting fire hydrant without downing a pole, without causing any damage. I had to drive another 2 hours before I could actually stop at the Molly Pritcher rest area, because just like, when you're in a situation like that, you just want to stop right away and wind down and get the adrenaline out of your body. But that didn't, unfortunately, when you're a trucker and there's no place to stop, I had to drive for another 2 hours and wind down. I couldn't move after that. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.